Everybody that participated in that program learned what it meant to be hospitable. They learned what it meant to form friendships over cultural differences.
The ones who participate are hooked for life. They're fans of Krakow University of Economics for life, they're fans of Krakow for life, they're fans of Poland for life, and they're Lakers for a lifetime, but they're also Krakowians for a lifetime.
It really shaped my global mind, I guess you could say. It really shaped how I view other cultures and other people, and just, yeah, I don't know, it's changed my life.
One of the most vivid memories was when we took the bus trip from Warszawa to Krakow. Stepped off the bus, and it was literally like stepping back in time, you know. All of a sudden we were in this perfectly preserved medieval city. You know, I just appreciate the beauty of Krakow.
I love Krakow. I really, really feel at home. I wish my visa didn't have to expire.
I've been in their homes. I know their children. I know their grandchildren. They're in some sense, though I don't see them on a regular basis, they're an integral part of my life.
The inception of the program has a lot to do with the interest at that time that Grand Valley had and that President Lubbers had in becoming more international.
Foreign study and foreign exchange is invaluable for the development of the modern mind.
In the early days, I think one of the really important things was an exposure to a political system that was so much unlike ours, and that students could see that, experience it. I know that they continue to talk about that as being an important part of their college experience.
It's not like all of the other partnerships. It's first and foremost, it's by far the longest. Having an institution that's 54 years old and a partnership that's 40 years running, this is in some ways the quintessential GVSU partnership.
It had to start where it did, which was the very basic exchange. Students go to Krakow, faculty come here, and we work on that until we get it right.
It was an adventure just trying to communicate with each other, you know, them trying to communicate in English and me in Polish, and trying to, you know, exchange ideas. So I really enjoyed that, and you know, those friendships meant a lot to me.
Once things became more relaxed after 1989, we were able to create another addendum to the agreement that allowed for their students to come here. And then the STAIR program, which was another wonderful initiative.
Well, it's really a special opportunity for the Polish students and the American students to walk away after 4 years of undergraduate work with 2 bachelor degrees certified on 2 different continents. They have been telling us that's what's the driver for their success. That's what's getting them the good jobs.
It's an amazing opportunity just to live in a new place and to live in Europe and Central Europe. I get to take classes with students from a lot more countries in Central Europe, like the Ukraine or Latvia, Lithuania. So I wouldn't have gotten to hear like their different perspectives on life in the world.
All of the European students and American students have just been completely accepting, fun to hang around. They'll invite you out to go to all these places. It's definitely an experience worth having.
I will have a dual degree, so I will graduate in Poland and at GVSU. So I suppose I will have better chances in the future for an interesting job.
The first of all, like for me, is the scientific exchange, because I can find some people here who are doing something that I do in Poland. So we can meet together, we can exchange ideas, we can, you know, discuss, and that's something very, very valuable for me.
Probably the best experience, because it was unique. I always wanted to do it. It was the football match where GVSU Lakers played. The match is only like a part of the experience. It's like much more. You have these barbecues before, people are enjoying themselves 2 hours before the game. Then they go to the stadium. Then there is like dancing team, marching team, cheerleaders, introduction of the team. It was like a quite nice experience.
Kraków is, I think, an amazing city. You know, it's a very old medieval city. The main market square is one of the largest in Europe. And at the same time, it has a very young feeling because there's so many students, and it's definitely a student city.
I mean, who wouldn't be instantly hooked by walking the Planta around the old city or strolling through the Rinnick and having the pigeons flutter up past your head? It's an intoxicating place in more ways than one.
The people here are amazing. They're so hospitable, they're helpful. This is hands down my favorite experience.
The place becomes very special for you, especially because of the people that you meet. And I met a lot of very nice, very good people around here. So I think that's really special. I didn't even expect it to be so much fun and such a great experience, but it was. So now, actually, I'm a little bit sad because I have to leave.
There was something fascinating about that culture and about that location, Krakow. And even more importantly, the relationships and friendships that were being formed over the years were wonderful.
And my relationships with the rectors became very friendly, so that it wasn't just about academic things, it was, we have these friends. And when you have friends, then you keep relationships going.
The friendships I have there are different than professional friendships. It's almost like people you grow up with, and you know that even if you don't see them for 20 years, you can sit down and just go on from where you were 10, 20 years earlier.
I witnessed firsthand what students were gaining from the partnership. And at the end of a program, you saw real sincere growth in individuals that had participated in that program. And I do think that a lot of it had to do with how the Poles at our partner institution handled that program.
Both institutions have evolved. So just like a marriage where people continue to grow and change, but grow and change together, that's what's been the hallmark for the first 4 decades of this relationship. If you look at most of the last several rectors at Krakow University of Economics, they had been to Grand Valley State University on the exchange when they were junior faculty. In a sense, we're helping shape the future now.
The way I and all Grand Valley faculty and students were welcomed there and treated, I can't thank them enough.
The academic achievements have been important to both institutions, but I don't think any more important than the friendships that have developed.
The students that have come have been really, really impressive students, and we learn from those students as well. So we thank you for sending your very best, for accepting all of us when we come to visit. For that, we're in great debt.
Thank you. Dziękuję bardzo. You've changed lives, you've changed my life, and I think probably in that way have served to make the world a better place.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję za wszystko.